My name is Jordan Smith, and my presentation is on smoking. Living in the United States, it is impossible to avoid witnessing thousands of people take minutes off their lives. The Treasury Department published a document that stated, tobacco use is the second leading cause of death in the United States and is the largest preventable cause of death. The use of tobacco has become a major issue all around the world, especially within the United States. Not only does smoking tobacco affect the user, it affects his or her surroundings more harmfully than anyone could realize with the naked eye.
Don't look at me.
Smoking should be prohibited because of the tragic effects secondhand smoke creates for involuntary bystanders, the unyielding influence it continues to have on the youth, and the unbelievable economic cost it causes. Cigarette smoking became popular in the 1600s because tobacco use for smoking was implemented as money with the value equivalent of that of gold. Ironically, smoking was even once recommended to treat asthma. It was determined by Dr. Isaac Adler in 1912 that smoking was associated with lung cancer. Later on, in 1953, Dr. Ernest L. Winder performed an experiment with lab mice in which he strategically painted cigarette tar on their skin, causing them to form tumors. Even after the countless attempts to prohibit smoking and to prove its destructive potential, smoking has yet to be subside. It is well known that tobacco smoke contains a plethora of chemicals that are known toxins to the human body, and even some that are unknown. DDT, hydrazine, phenol, arsenic, cadmium, polonium, 210, and benzene are all chemicals found in cigarettes. DDT is a pesticide that has been outlawed in the United States because it damages the nervous system and causes reproduction problems for eagles and other birds. Hydrazine is found in rocket fuel, and phenol is a chemical in disinfectants and plastics. Arsenic is a common rat poison, and cadmium is a dangerous component in batteries. Polonium 210 is a highly radioactive element, while benzene, a chemical found in lighter fluid, pesticides, and paints, is known carcinogen associates with leukemia. The component of tobacco that make it so addictive is nicotine. Did you know that according to an article published by Joseph DeFranza, one cigarette contains the amount of nicotine capable of occupying 88% of the nicotine receptors found in the brain. Those are only a few of the 250 and more chemicals in a cigarette that are poisonous to humans. Smokers continue to utilize tobacco and purchase cigarettes on a daily basis, even though they are fortunate enough to have loads of information that others in the past did not have. Secondhand smoke has become a growing issue in the United States. Thousands of people that have never used tobacco are being diagnosed with smoking-related illnesses due to the effects of secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke is a mixture of the smoke exhaled from the smoker and the smoke resulting from the burning end of a cigarette. Okay. Secondhand smoke, also known as environmental tobacco smoke, or ETS, has developed into a serious health concern over the past few years. Components that contribute in making secondhand smoke as toxic as it is are the deadly chemicals released in the traveling smoke, which is smoke given off by the burning end of a cigarette, and smoke from the lungs of the smoker. Even though they do not participate in tobacco use, non-smokers inhaling secondhand smoke are breathing in the same harmful chemicals as smokers, Each year, many people are diagnosed with smoking-related illnesses. These illnesses include heart disease, lung cancer, sudden infant death syndrome, and asthma. Environmental tobacco smoke is also associated with strokes, low birth weight, and negative effects on the development of cognition and behavior. 53,000 people die annually in the United States from exposure to secondhand smoke. If no action is taken, this number of deaths may not decrease. Another issue I would like to address is the serious economic threat smoking possesses to our nation's economy. Tobacco use may bring money to the economy, but it causes the country to lose mass amounts of money. A few years ago, the Treasury Department released a document stating the Surgeon General recently testified that the U.S. spends approximately $50 billion per year treating smoking-related illnesses. Public funding, primarily Medicare and Medicaid, paid over 40% of those costs, or more than $20 billion. A more recent discovery claims that the economic cost of smoking include $75.5 billion in direct healthcare expenses. The people treated for these illnesses are smokers and those that are victims of environmental tobacco smoke. If nothing is done to reduce the illnesses, the country may be forced to spend even more money treating even more health issues. The World Health Organization warns that 1 billion people worldwide could die of tobacco-related causes this century unless urgent action is taken. Tobacco use is an issue that is only escalating to become detrimental to the economy and human health. Predictions by the World Health Organization conclude that if smoking among people continues occurring in the same fashion that it is today, a number of people, well over 8 million, will lose their lives annually by 2030. America has taken these warnings into account, and President Obama has signed the Family Smoking Prevention and Tobacco Control Act. This act gives the Federal Drug Administration a power to regulate the content of tobacco products. With more changes like these, tobacco companies will no longer be able to kill their best customers, and we can finally end the world's most preventable